Hey friends, it's Kristi and I am here with Misty Cabiniss. She is a realtor with eXp Real Estate here in Central Florida. And Misty has been a licensed agent for more than 15 years, but you were also in construction and it brought you over 20 years total in your knowledge. Will you share with us what brought you into real estate? Why are you passionate about what you do?
Oh gosh, I got into real estate. I've 23 years combined real estate between construction and real estate because I actually started out working for builders, not as a licensed agent, but and working in real estate offices. And then I just realized that, in a sense, I could do this on my own, and I didn't want someone else to dictate my schedule or how much money I could make or and things like that. So that's really how I got into real estate. I was given my first real estate book when I was 18 years old.
Whoa, and it changed your life?
I didn't do it then.
Like most of us, right?
Because of something I'm sure we're going to talk about, and it has to do with beliefs.
Okay,
or lack thereof.
Yeah, so you were given this book at 18 years old, you didn't do anything on it. There's been so many times I've been handed great advice, great books, whatever, and I didn't act on it. I wasn't ready for it then. But also, we are holding on very tightly sometimes to what we believe to be true because somebody along the way said so, or so we thought, right?
So we thought.
So you love serving women and helping them. Can you tell us a little bit about why women?
Why women? Because women think about money differently than men do. And whether you are a female acting in a masculine world, like you either operate from your feminine side or from your masculine side, but we think about money very differently, and the hustle and grind is different, but it doesn't have to be the same hustle and grind that we've been taught. And it's the hustle and grind that's here, and it's the hustle and grind that's here.
Wow. And so what has real estate done for you in your life, and why are you so passionate about teaching it to others?
Everything that I am today, as a person, and the life that I live, everything has to do with real estate. The real estate family that I have, the real estate knowledge and the experiences, and real estate's how I got into personal development. The office that I'm with now, we did our first Tony Robbins event together.
Hi, Tony.
Walked on fire 6 times.
Yes. See, I've only done it twice. You're oh my gosh, that's amazing. You're incredible. 6 times.
6 times.
Okay.
But real estate's taught me so much about life, because I'm not here for it's not a side hustle. It's full-time hustle.
Yeah.
But the hustle has become different over the years as I have developed myself, and really got to know what my values are and what my beliefs are, and that's where the women and wealth come into play, because people, whether you realize it or not, you're in a relationship with money. It's either a good relationship or a bad relationship, and people just don't think about, I grew up, and maybe at the time we grew up, people said money doesn't grow on trees. Well, guess what? It really does. What do you think money's made out of? But now we're coming into a world where tangible money is not a thing. Now it's like it's a digital currency. Money is a vibration. Money is a currency in a different form than what we were ever taught, and there is no limit.
There is no limit.
There's no limit.
So how do we break the potential attachments that we have to some of those beliefs, and then once we're able to break that, how do we go about changing our actions?
It's about the people you surround yourself with, and I am speaking this from experience. Everything that I talk about is from my own lived experience. It's about the people that you surround yourself with, and it's about your mindset and what you're thinking about, because we really only operate on about 3 to 5% of our brain, of our cognitive brain. The rest of it is on our subconscious, and it's just like a computer. Most of us are running around with outdated software.
Yeah.
And every now and then, hey, my phone the other day said it needed a software update. Well, guess what? So do we.
It's so good.
And as the world changes, and like I just said, the way money changes, and you have to be able to update your beliefs and go, you know what? Maybe what I was taught wasn't necessarily right. Doesn't mean that somebody, your parents only did the best they could, but I mean, I come from extreme poverty, really. And learning that everything had to be hard. Making money was hard. It was always, the hustle and the grind. And not that I don't hustle, but it's in a different way because I think differently about it. But it also comes down to you got to believe. And it's so cliche to say to believe in yourself, but you got to believe in what you can see. And people say if you can't see it, then, if you can't see it, you can't believe it. And at one point in time, I remember going, well, I can't see it, so I don't believe it. Like, I literally had the exact backwards thinking.
Wow.
Over the years, I've realized that, now it's like, if you can see it, you can do it. Like, I can see it. It's your vision. It's your imagination.
So here's what I hear you saying. Everything happens twice. It happens in our mind's eye first, and then we put it into action.
Mm-hmm.
But in here, it is literally in a boxing match with our beliefs. So you had to unwire your thinking, that you weren't only taught, but it was also caught, right? Like you experienced that poverty. You lived those words that your parents or caretakers said and lived into themselves every day. And so you had to unwire that. And then now you see through personal development and those kinds of things that we're really connected deeply on that. That what is possible. So this is why, and I know this about you, this is why you are so passionate, because women think differently, but a lot of times we're not making the decisions that are empowering, that can create freedom long term. And instead of the graveyard being the richest land in all the world, because our dreams are buried there, you can help unlock or unleash something that's possible just by having some conversations and consultation, providing guidance, and showing somebody what's actually possible. I love that. So I understand the wealth and wisdom from that perspective, because she's lived it. She's unpacked her own stuff and rewired, rewrote, did a software update.
Many times.
Yes. And that's the truth, though. You don't get a software update one time.
No.
On your phone or your computer. It happens pretty regularly. And we have to give ourselves permission, right? Sometimes we've got to try some things on, and it may not fit right. And sometimes it's a matter of getting comfortable with it, or it's like, this is for somebody else, this isn't for me. And we've got to find out what our designer has created for our lives, and then be open to being able to go chase that. And so you help a lot of people do that, not only with their beliefs, but also through tools like real estate. Yeah.
Absolutely. Again, it's just untangling your mind. And you know what? The person that you were yesterday, you don't have to be that person today. It's a choice. And again, that's something that kind of sounds cliche to say. George Jones said it, choices.
Choices.
My country roots coming out. But yeah, but we have choices, but you just got to be mindful of your actions and the choices that you're making, and waking up. And this is something that I have, that has just come to me lately, is you're either looking in the rearview mirror or you're looking straight ahead. And I know for one, I wasn't necessarily thinking a lot of bad things, but I woke up and thought about what happened yesterday, or what happened a month ago, or whatever, instead of going, okay, this is where we're going today, even though I did think those thoughts throughout the day, but they weren't my main focus.
I love that. I read recently that somewhere around 70-something% of our subconscious thoughts are negative thoughts, whether it's about other people, situations, past hurts, or just speaking poorly to ourselves. I ran into a friend at a conference a couple weekends ago. I hadn't seen her physically in a year, and prior to that, we were having a lot of Zoom calls for some things we were up to together. And at one point, she was criticizing herself out loud, so it'd be me saying like, "Oh, Kristi, you always fill in the blank," right? And apparently I was on a Zoom call with her, and I looked at her, I'll just call her Kristi for this matter, and I said, "Kristi, you are not allowed to talk to my friend that way." speaking of herself.
Uh-huh.
Like, I wasn't going to let her speak to herself that way.
Right.
And she reminded me of that conversation. A year later, she said, every time I go to say something negative to myself, she says, Kristi won't let me speak to her friend that way. And so she's
good.
up-leveled her self-talk.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we can start there, we can now start examining and doing those upgrades in our software to be able to rewire our minds. And then if you want to put those new beliefs into action, that's really where you like to lean in.
Well, and yes, and what comes to mind when you're saying that is, going back to like the real estate part of it, is this is what holds a lot of people back and why they rent and not own.
Yes.
This is why people rent and not own. It's a belief, and they don't even realize it's a belief that they have. And this is what I love about you, Kristi, is because you have written not one, but multiple books about this, and tapping into people's beliefs and their money and their wealth, and it's something that most people don't consciously think about, and that's, you do a really great job of in your books and breaking back those layers, but it's from your own experiences too.
It is. Yeah. I've had some really lousy beliefs that kept me held back. And I talked my husband into selling a home, and I didn't realize it until about a year after. It was because I believed that I wasn't good enough to live in that neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I could relate to that.
And so to your point, sometimes people won't allow them to even take that first step. I took a step backwards, and I've really learned a lot since then, thankfully. But so many people don't even take that first step because nobody else in their family owns real estate, because their mom never did it, because I'm not designed to, or I'm not good enough to, or I'll just ruin it.
Or they tell themselves that it's more convenient to live in an apartment.
Right.
They tell themselves it's more convenient. Or another one is that, I get this one all the time, it's like, oh, all the new construction, all the houses are so close together. And I'm like, you live in an apartment. Like, what floor do you live on?
Literally the walls are attached.
Like, there are people all around you. Like, I get that one a lot. And I'm like, but it doesn't
You
have
don't
to
have
be.
somebody stomping around upstairs.
No, and you're paying someone else's mortgage.
That's
but
right.
And when you start peeling back the layers to that onion, like, it's remarkable that I get that a lot, and that really isn't the reason.
Right. And you and I have talked to multiple people where I'm fixing my credit, I'm saving some money, I'm doing these things, and as we check in and see how we can encourage and help with maybe some new levels of guidance, a lot of times we're finding literally nothing has happened.
We get crickets.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because year after year after year passes and you're still not closer to what you say is your goal. And like, I can teach you so many different ways to pay off your loan in an expedient manner where you can now only have taxes and insurance, and how different would your life look like if your housing responsibility was $500 a month as opposed to $2,500 or even $3,500 a month. It's extraordinary. Your whole life has been changed.
And the fact that you have, and you can look at your house and look at your value and go, oh, I have $80,000 equity in my home. I have $120,000 equity in my home. Like, you can't say that when you live in an apartment.
Right.
Or you rent from somebody. Right. They can say that. Yeah. You're renting drywall.
Oh my God, that is so good. Thank you so much for that beautiful insight. Thank you for sharing your heart about building wealth and increasing wisdom in women. Thank you for how you serve people in the industry and in your community. It's really awesome.
Well, thank you, Kristi, because you do the same. I cherish you. Yes.
Thank you.